Hey guys, and goyles, and people of all shapes and sizes and colors. Welcome back to another episode. It's been a while of Show and Tell What the Hell. And you see right here before me a very distressed box. I wanted to show you the box of this figure because this is how I found it. Because it was the only one there, and I took a look at it and I kept the receipt just to make sure everything was in it, because after all, I do plan on opening this guy. But this is the Transformers 35th anniversary. Let's see. Well, this is different. It says Siege. It's War for Cybertron Siege Trilogy. I'm trying to say this is Soundblaster over here, but I don't remember the other two figures in the line having this Siege War for Cybertron. So maybe they are still trying to keep this Siege War for Cybertron. I don't know what their plans were originally for this particular figure. But they put in this 35th anniversary thing, which is, it's been 35 years, 2019. And we, along with this figure line, we got an Optimus Prime and Megatron cell shaded. And as you can see, the box is really distressed over here. I might have to open some of it right now with a kitchen knife. I found it at Walmart. It's a Walmart exclusive. I don't care too much for the box. Like, I don't care too much about keeping the box necessarily, because I wanted to open up this figure. I'm not always I guess I would say I'm 80% a open the box type of guy, and half of the time I will throw away the box. So this box is going, unless I find it on sale. This costs about 30 bucks here. Box bucks. And so we're going to see if it has, first of all the accessories that it came with. Does it have the instruction booklet? It does. I hardly ever use it. I'm not going to, word of warning for Transformer fans that have never seen my show and tell what the hell videos. I don't necessarily transform the figure on camera or off camera most of the time. Which I'm not going to do that, because you know what he's going to look like. He's going to look like this. And I also believe that it takes away from the fun part of the Transformer. I usually skip through my own, or I skip through videos of other reviewers transforming stuff, just mainly because I'm impatient, but also because it takes away from the fun. And so rather than making a bunch of crinkly noises on camera, again, let's take a look at how badly damaged that box was. Now, I'm going to tell you how I found it. Let me take this guy out of his plastic prison, and we'll move along. And we are back, and with the help of my little friend over here, I was able to release him, and he is free. So, I'm going to be speaking to the general audience and to Transformer fans alike regarding Soundblaster here. Sorry, I'm trying to get him to pose a little bit. I'm going to put his accessory. Soundblaster is a figure that, I'm not going to lie, didn't know about him because I didn't grow up in Japan until maybe sometime in the 90s. Because rumors were circulating around a black Soundwave. I forgot who told me about it. And I was like, there is not a black Soundwave. What are y'all talking about? But Soundblaster is essentially a reformatted Soundwave. That's right. And I thought the idea was cool. I mean, he seemed like, what I always liked about Soundwave is that he always seemed like a neutral character. He was in an evil group, but he was never too malicious or nefarious. He was kind of this voice of reason, but loyal to a fault. So I had always thought about this Soundblaster character as being a little bit more of an evil version of Soundwave, but he's a reformatted character, reformatted. And if you saw the cartoons Headmasters, you'll probably find it on YouTube. There's a scene where Blaster and Soundwave go at it, and one would think that Blaster and Soundwave would merge because of the name, but no, they essentially kill each other, and they both get reformatted. Blaster turns into Twincast, and Soundwave turns into Soundblaster. And if you are familiar with Transformers, there's a lot of reformatting happening. And one of the prime examples, of course, is Galvatron and Ravage, and some of the other characters like the Sweeps and Cyclonus, and we're not going to get into who's who and what. Goldbug. Bumblebee turns into Goldbug. Ah, damn it, motherfucker. Little parts all over. I don't like this Ravage. I'm just here to kind of illustrate how the tape feature will work, because one thing that you will notice about this Soundblaster is that he has a larger chest piece than Soundwave. Thank you. Now, let me tell you the story about how I found this figure here. Now, I have been noticing, I saw there's a particular Walmart that nobody ever buys stuff at. And I saw a whole stack of these just the other week. And I said, oh, they're already starting to come out. So I checked out about 3 other Walmarts that were closer. And I noticed that I couldn't find them. And I saw another collector hanging around, lurking about. And he tells me, oh, yes, people are looking for those. I'm like, are they now? They're looking for that. We have a lot of Transformer fans in these little small parts of Texas, huh? So I check the other Walmarts. They're not there. I go online and I'm noticing that people are now asking for some rather ridiculous prices for some of these. And I hope that goes down. It's just a trend, you know. If you can't find them right away, you start getting these asshole scalpers that start raising the price up. And that's fucking ridiculous. But the thing is, the scare with Transformers is that I feel the urge to get some of the ones that I want right away, because you may not be able to find them later on. And then what's going to happen is that, you know, there's still like a couple of box sets that I wasn't able to get. Was it Chaos on Velocitron? I missed out on that one. And can't find it anywhere at a reasonable price. So, that being said, let's talk about his gimmick here. Now, I am going to show you again. So, focus. Going back to that Walmart, I said, let me go to the Walmart that I originally saw this big stack of these at. They haven't put out the end cap yet. So I go there, and much to my dismay, they were not there at the same place that I found them. However, I looked in one of the bottom rows, and I did not see Shock Blast, but I did see the new Megatron. I was like, well, I figured I'd probably get Optimus or Soundblaster first. So, my mind was set. I said, I'm not going to pick up Megatron. I already got some other stuff today. And I said, and I walked several times around, and I looked through the back on the very top of where the toys are at. The very top, I had seen a stack of a bunch of Voyager scale figures. So I looked in the back, and lo and behold, I saw one box there, like this. And I thought I saw that red there, and I said, that could be something. That could be another Megatron, because I saw the Decepticon logo, because it has that red on the side. And then I noticed this right there, and my eyes aren't what they used to be. And I asked one of the gentlemen, I said, sir, is there any possible way that, maybe you could find a way that we can go up there? And he goes, well, my good man, I happen to have a ladder. And he brought a ladder that was conveniently placed on the corner of the aisle, brings it over and brings it down. I said, sir, I had been looking for this figure. Thank you very much for getting it. And please tell your staff to not be hiding toys, because they do that sometimes. So anyway, so here is your Soundblaster. I am going to that's my little story. Yay! There's been several releases of Soundblaster, one of which was from the original Fall of Cybertron, or was it War for Cybertron, the original? And here you go. And way bigger, of course, but they made Voyagers. They don't make Voyagers like they used to. But they made them somewhat bigger, and but he was a more Cybertronian-esque. This one pays more homage to the original design of Soundwave. Of course, they took some liberties over here. I still like this figure, although he's a bit gray, and this is the black that he needs to be. I did at one point actually have a knockoff version of Soundblaster, so that was interesting, and he shattered. He crumbled into tiny little pieces. There have been other versions of Soundblaster. There was a Cybertron version. One thing that's cool about the character, and in different fiction, for instance, I guess I want to say it was the Collectors Club comic that actually turned him into a Prime. He was one of or possessed, or one of the original Primes, Megatronus maybe, or I don't know. I forget which one had actually possessed the body or taken the form of Soundwave. I need to go back and read those, but it was the Cybertron Soundwave. I'd like to pretend that maybe this could be that too. So let's get this. And again, this box was like this totally destroyed box up there. And I said, fuck it, I am going to get it. Let's bust out our friend Soundwave, who he has all the same accessories. Where did... So I'm a little loopy tonight. Just haven't slept enough. I just ate, so I'm all there. So as you notice, he looks a lot like his friend Soundwave. Brothers of another Mothertron. And a comment I made earlier this week. And I'm proud of it. Yeah, they both have the spring-loaded action. They both have the same guns. Blasters, sorry. Soundblaster has a blaster. You don't call them guns, you call them blasters. I'll show you a gun. And I'm trying to see, everything's pretty much the same with this. I guess the original Soundblaster did have a bigger chest cassette unit. And I'm glad I got both of them because it gives you that option. I don't know if they're going to make another Soundwave. My problem with this figure is that if it's 35th anniversary, I can't... that's why I was confused earlier. I don't know if it's supposed to be a 35th Siege figure or just a 35th, we're celebrating it all kind of figure. And it didn't come with a buzzsaw. I would have liked a buzzsaw with that. But all the scratches, it looks like he's got even more scratches than Soundwave. And I'm scared to take it off with alcohol, with isopropyl, because, well, I don't want to get the logo. I don't want to remove the logo. And... I mean, I suppose if I did, I could go to Toy Hacks and get a new one. I'd like to see if Toy Hacks is doing something for this, but, you know, I wasn't, like, I don't know. I'm thinking that perhaps what I'm thinking with the next line, we're seeing some remakes of the figures. We're getting a new Optimus Prime, for instance. We may end up seeing another Soundwave. So get them while you can, because you may not see another Soundblaster for a while. I'd like to see a blaster. So let's try to put these guys in here. Let's see if they both fit. In you go. In you go, my friend. Now, of course, these don't pop out like they're like in the cartoon. It would have been nice. There is a line that actually... that's actually a feature from the War from Cybertron. You kind of get that, which is pretty cool. Very underrated and underappreciated action feature from the War for Cybertron Soundwave, or the Fall of Cybertron Soundwave. Does this actually go in here or not? God damn it. All right, well, it's a real snug fit, but can you put two in here? Can you put... are we going to do this? Are we going to make this happen, people? Tune in next week. And you got to have to kind of put it like that. And let's see if we're going to make this happen. And you really got to kind of... there you go. They're both in there, and it's... doesn't want to close all the way, but they're a very tight fit. That's what he said. Here we go. Here is our Soundblaster and our Soundwave. Again, very cool to get this finally. I like the Japanese characters. I have a whole collection of the Japanese stuff, and it's good to add another. Again, I never felt like... I mean, I thought this was pretty good, but it wasn't exactly the Soundblaster that I wanted, and this is the best looking Soundblaster I can safely say that's been around. One thing that to note is that if you so desire, you can go behind here with a little tiny, well, let's see if there's a way to do it. Let's find out. Can I take off the head here? Can I take off the head here? Well, I'm pretty sure you could figure out a way to get the eye part out. Am I going to break this? Am I going to break this? Well, if you really wanted to, you could probably pry off the head with an X-Acto knife, take off the eye piece there, and put it into the Soundwave if you wanted a red eye Soundwave. But something tells me we may just get another Soundwave. Of course, there's another 2 waves coming up. of part of a trilogy. And we just may end up getting a more screen-accurate Soundwave. I don't know. I'm beginning to think now I would have liked him as part of the Hasbro Pulse line, and as part of the 35th anniversary, a Walmart exclusive Soundwave without all the BS and more of a cartoon-accurate deco. I don't know what it is that Hasbro's thinking with this. I guess they wanted to give it a shot. Maybe they think that, hey, for $30, we're going to put as much details as possible. And, well, it's the War for Cybertron. It's supposed to look all detailed and adult-like, and it's a battle, and yeah, but still, I mean, sometimes you just don't need it. Maybe there's some figures that have been able to pull it off. Like Omega Supreme and some of the other ones where it's very minimal. I think the Soundwave thing was excessive there. Now, like what I was saying, I'd like to see it more cartoon accurate. There are the cel-shaded Transformers as part of the 35th anniversary line. They didn't opt for that, but I would have really liked just a very clean version of that. So I am going to score this. I mean, they really didn't have to add this, so I'm going to give it a very high B, leaning towards an A. Now, had they put in a buzzsaw, had they given it just all clean look, or maybe another accessory, kept it at the $30 price point, I would have given it a solid A. But and I like this character, and I like this mold. I just think that with the 35th anniversary, why of this character? I guess they said, well, it looks like Soundwave, but it's still relatively obscure. He has not made any appearances from what I know of. Did he come out as Cybertron? As far as, I can't remember. Because I know Cybertron did have that, but I know he had the exclusive figure that came with it, but I don't know that the actual cartoon had him in there. So it's interesting. So I think, would I recommend him? Sure. I mean, if you're a fan of Soundwave, yeah, get a variant. He looks Soundwavy enough if you don't already have this, but wait, why haven't you got this one already? If that's the case. But if you want something, a companion piece to Soundwave, it's good. For all the Transformer collectors out there that are trying to say, hey, I don't know if I want this one. It's your choice. If you're a fan of the Japanese line, which I am, I'm a fan of Takara. I like the Japanese cartoons. Headmaster. And, some of the other stuff, I think I am very happy. It's kind of like a little treat for someone like me. Just an interesting move to have such an obscure character in a mainstream line, much less a 35th anniversary line. Let's get this open here. There you go. Now, if you want to put Laserbeak on him, let's do that. It's not easy to get these things out either. Just got to peel them out. Come on. Get a leg out. Stick a leg out. I will probably just keep one tape in there. Now, it would have been nice to get Ratbat too. Something like that. Overkill, or what was the name of the Stegosaurus tape? Some of the hard to find tapes would have been nice. So, yeah, you could put I don't know. I can't remember if we are going to get a buzzsaw. I really like this Laserbeak, by the way. I really do. Oh, I'm just rambling now. I'm just talking about my toys, ain't I? Well, you all get the picture. I'll just kind of let them float on top of him here. So anyway, there you are. There you have it. Soundblaster. I've been talking for a lot. Highly recommended, I guess. Somewhat highly recommended. Pick them up. Walmart. He may be hitting the store soon. I know you could probably get them at walmart.com. But, I'm a brick and mortar kind of guy for the most part. That's changing. But I like the adventure. I like the thrill of having that, the opportunity to go to the store and ask the guy, hey, bring out a ladder. This is going to be cool. And then I could have easily said, no, I don't want this. But no. Tune in next week as I try to get some more expensive toys during Black Friday. And if I don't talk to you by that time, then have a happy Thanksgiving 2019, folks. Take care, and we'll see you later on.